In this chapter, you're going to learn about one of the market failures that's associated with the labor market, and that's the market failure of income inequality. The reality is there are individuals who will earn a lot of money and individuals that will not, and our incomes are not distributed equitably across the entire population. So one of the ways that you'll discover that we look at our income distribution is how we stand relative to everybody else in the population. And in order to examine our relative distribution of income, you will learn about the Lorenz curve. The Lorenz curve is essentially a graph that demonstrates how the income is actually distributed across a population relative to what it would look like if it were perfectly equitable. We will also examine in this chapter what poverty actually means, how we identify individuals living in poverty. You will begin to examine methods to eliminate or reduce poverty. And there's two main ways that we try to do that. One is through what's called a cash transfer. Programs set up really to just give cash for individuals. And in-kind transfers are programs in which individuals receive the actual good or service. So for example, food stamps or rental subsidy, housing subsidies would be in-kind transfers. Then you'll examine a variety of methods that have been proposed to try to reform some of these programs in order to try to eliminate some of the problems associated with those programs. And lastly, you will discover that there is a relationship between discrimination and poverty, and the chapter will explore that relationship. So out of this chapter, please make sure that you can identify what income actually is and how it's distributed. And we look at that using the Lorenz curve. And then we'll look at various ways to eliminate or reduce levels of poverty in order to try to assist those who are not receiving as much income as other people.